Stop chasing people. The Stoic secret to inner strength. Have you ever noticed that the more you chase someone's attention, the more powerless you feel? You check your phone hoping for a message. You replay conversations in your mind. You wonder what you could have done differently. The Stoics understood this struggle thousands of years ago. Their lesson was simple. Stop chasing what you cannot control. Your peace does not come from other people's approval. Your strength comes from mastering yourself. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that there are two categories in life: things you control and things you do not. You control your actions. You control your attitude. You control your effort. But you do not control people's opinions. You do not control whether someone chooses you. You do not control what happens tomorrow. Most people waste their energy fighting against things they were never meant to control. The moment you accept this truth, you become free. When you depend on someone else's attention, you give them power over your emotions. One message can make you happy. One rejection can ruin your day. The Stoics believed your emotions should not be controlled by outside events. Your mind belongs to you. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that a person's peace should come from their own character, not from the opinions of others. A strong person does not need constant validation. They know their value. Think about the sun. The sun does not ask permission to shine. It simply does what it was created to do. You should do the same. Build yourself. Improve yourself. Become someone you respect. Do not waste your life trying to convince people of your worth. Your actions will speak louder than your explanations. Remember this: silence is sometimes more powerful than arguing. Not every insult deserves a response. Not every opinion deserves your attention. Protect your energy. Spend less time proving yourself and more time improving yourself. Every setback is training. Every rejection builds resilience. Every failure teaches wisdom. Every challenge creates strength. The Stoics believed obstacles were not there to destroy you. They were there to shape you. A sword becomes stronger through fire and pressure. People become stronger through struggle. Today, ask yourself 3 questions. What can I control? What should I stop worrying about? What kind of person do I want to become? The goal is not to control the world. The goal is to control yourself. Because when you master yourself, nobody can take your peace away. Stop chasing approval. Stop begging for attention. Build your character. Guard your mind. Live with discipline. The person who masters themselves becomes truly free. The power of letting go. One of the hardest lessons in life is learning when to let go. Not because you stop caring, but because you finally understand that your peace is more valuable than your need to control everything. The Stoics knew that attachment creates suffering. When you become attached to a specific outcome, you create fear. You think, what if I fail? What if they leave? What if things don't go my way? But the Stoic asks a different question. How can I handle whatever happens with strength? That is the difference between someone who is controlled by life and someone who controls themselves. You cannot always choose your circumstances, but you can always choose your response. Stop giving away your power. Every time you allow someone's opinion to determine your mood, you hand them control over your life. A stranger's criticism, a friend's judgment, someone ignoring your message. These things only have power because you give them power. The Stoics trained themselves to create distance between an event and their reaction. Something happens, then they pause, then they choose their response. Most people react instantly. They become angry. They become emotional. They say things they regret. But a disciplined person creates space between what happens and what they do next. That small moment of control is where your power exists. Become the person you admire. Many people look for motivation. The Stoics looked for discipline. Motivation disappears when things become difficult. Discipline remains. The person you become is created by the choices you repeat every day. Every time you choose patience over anger, you become stronger. Every time you choose action over excuses, you become stronger. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you become stronger. Greatness is not built in one moment. It is built through small decisions repeated for years. The world does not owe you anything. One of the greatest sources of frustration is expecting life to be different than it is. People expect others to always understand them. They expect success to come quickly. They expect life to be fair. But reality does not work that way. The Stoics accepted reality as it was, not because they were weak, because they were wise. You cannot change the rules of life, but you can become better at playing the game. When you stop demanding that life be easier, you become capable of handling anything. Control your mind before it controls you. Your thoughts create your reality. A negative thought repeated every day becomes a belief. A belief repeated every day becomes an identity. This is why the Stoics guarded their minds. They understood that not every thought deserves attention. A thought is not always a fact. A fear is not always a prediction. A feeling is not always the truth. Learn to observe your thoughts instead of becoming trapped by them. Your mind is a tool. Make sure you are the one holding it. Live like today matters. The Stoics often reflected on the shortness of life, not to create fear, but to create appreciation. Every morning you wake up is another opportunity, another chance to improve, another chance to be kind, another chance to become wiser. Do not waste your limited time chasing things that do not matter. Do not spend your life trying to impress people who are not building with you. Spend your time becoming someone you are proud of. The final Stoic challenge. Starting today, practice these 3 things. First, control what you can and release what you cannot. Second, choose your response instead of reacting emotionally. Third, focus on becoming better instead of seeking approval. Remember, your peace is your responsibility. Your growth is your responsibility. Your future is built by your daily choices. The world will always have chaos. People will always have opinions. Problems will always exist. But the person who has mastered their mind can walk through the chaos with confidence. You do not need everyone to understand you. You do not need everyone to support you. You only need to stay committed to becoming the best version of yourself. Because the strongest person is not the person who controls everything around them. The strongest person is the person who can control themselves. Master your mind. Strengthen your character. Protect your peace. And you will become truly unshakable.